Uber Technologies Inc. is a global leader in ride-sharing, delivery, and mobility solutions, which has transformed urban transportation and logistics. With its diversified revenue streams, significant market share, and growth potential in the mobility and delivery sectors, Uber offers an appealing opportunity. Uber is the largest ride-sharing company globally, operating in over 70 countries and 10,000 cities. Its mobility segment represents the core of its business, and it has consistently demonstrated resilience and adaptability. Here are some key points to consider. Uber holds significant market share in the ride-sharing sector, often leading or co-leading in most regions it operates in. It has a scalable business model. Uber's platform connects riders with drivers seamlessly, benefiting from network effects and economies of scale. Ever since we've recovered from the pandemic, urban mobility and travel demand are surging, driving growth in Uber's ride-sharing segment. Expansion in delivery. Uber's delivery segment, anchored by Uber Eats, has emerged as a key growth driver, fueled by changing consumer behavior and the proliferation of on-demand services. They are considered a top player in the food delivery industry. Uber Eats is one of the largest food delivery platforms globally, competing effectively with DoorDash and Grubhub in the US and holding a strong position internationally. Uber has diversified its delivery offerings to include groceries, alcohol, and convenience items, capitalizing on broader consumer trends in e-commerce. Improved efficiency in delivery logistics and strategic partnerships with retailers and restaurants have driven growth while narrowing losses. So let's take a quick look at their 5-year performance. So in 2019, they had a net income of minus 8.51 billion. So it was a deficit. And in 2020, the pandemic, they also had another deficit. So that's minus 6.77 billion. In 2021, they had another deficit, but much smaller. So it's reduced significantly, a net income of minus 496 million. And then in 2022, they had another deficit, which was much larger. So minus 9.14 billion. And then in 2023, they turned a profit finally and made a net income of 1.89 billion. Now, before you pass on your judgment on Uber Technologies Inc., you have to first consider the macro effects and the type of business Uber is in. Transportation and logistics is a very expensive type of business to be in. So I'm going to explain to you some reasons why Uber was running a deficit for so long. Taxi and hailed ride services were historically heavily regulated, requiring Uber to invest significant resources in addressing lawsuits and lobbying governments to amend laws that would allow its operations. This challenge arose in nearly every major city, state, and country where the company sought to establish a presence. To thrive, Uber relies on a robust network of both customers and drivers to ensure rides are readily available when needed and the drivers earn enough to justify their work. In order to achieve this, Uber heavily invested in attracting both groups to its platform. So, on one hand, for drivers, the company offered sign-on bonuses, competitive pay rates, and surge pricing incentives. And for riders, Uber provided free or subsidized rides to keep fares low, making the service affordable and ingrained in daily life. Now, this strategy outcompeted traditional cabs, whose regulated fares limited flexibility. For example, offering drivers $20 for a ride while charging passengers only $10 quickly added up, impacting short-term profitability but fostering long-term customer loyalty and retention in the ecosystem for growth. So, as you can see, Uber had a long-term plan in place. They ran a deficit for a couple years, and that was an investment to retain long-term customers and to keep their drivers happy. And in 2023, they finally made a profit. Uber Technologies Inc. represents a dynamic growth opportunity in the mobility, delivery, and logistics sectors. Its dominant market position, diversified revenue streams, improving profitability, and alignment with long-term trends like urbanization and sustainability make it an attractive investment. While risks exist, Uber's ability to innovate, adapt to regulatory environments, and capitalize on macroeconomic shifts positions it for sustained growth. For investors seeking exposure to the gig economy and digital transformation of transportation and logistics, Uber offers a high potential addition to a diversified portfolio. I want to hear your thoughts on Uber. Do you think this is an opportunity worthwhile getting into? Tell me why or why not. Drop a comment down below.